Interview during the game, you said something like, we just need to stay poised and we'll make a run down the stretch. What did you kind of anticipate coming, and where did you think that was going to come from?
Night like tonight, when felt like a lot of things didn't go our way and what wasn't easy. They often can come from your non-stars. And, I thought Jackson's defense in the second half, Gabe's shot making was huge. I mean, Gabe doesn't make those 4 threes. We're not even in the game. I think for the group overall, once we reached their level of effort and how hard they were playing, we were right there, and we all felt that in the second half. And again, it goes back to the poise thing. You make a run, you get it to 8, they go back up to 10 or 11. You make a run, you get it to 7, it goes back up, and our guys just stayed the course and refused to give in and let go of the rope. It seemed like Brunson had an answer for everything. And he was fantastic tonight, and our guys, in what felt like a playoff game at times, really just got it out a win.
Held them to 15 points in the fourth quarter. What did you see specifically on defense?
I thought our scramble was good. We had a couple really good veers. They got late in the shot clock a few times. We did a good job on drives of containing the basketball and then building back out and really force them into some tough shots. And that again, that requires a lot of effort. It requires a lot of communication, and our guys were just phenomenal defensively in the second half.
Not that this should be surprising out of Austin Reeves, but it's his first game back in like a week. He wasn't shooting all that well. He wasn't playing down the stretch in the fourth quarter. He comes in overtime, and it's a big 3. Just what does it say about his role for this team and who he is as a player?
Yeah, it was big time. The 3 in the corner was huge. I think just the confidence, he's unwavering in that confidence. We felt really comfortable going into overtime, keeping that lineup. The plan was to get AR in, give Gabe a quick breather, and then go small. And then we couldn't take Jackson off the floor. The second efforts on the offensive glass, and then his just coverage defensively on and off the ball was great. And so just kind of rode that group out in overtime.
JJ, you said before the game that there are reference points and callbacks, like you said. If you can imagine a few weeks down the road, what's the reference point from this game that you'll use with your group?
Yeah, we had. I know this. It was funny because in the fourth, when it was like an 8-point game during a timeout, I like immediately. I think it was the start of the fourth. It was an 8-point game, and Dalton hits that big 3, momentum changing, and I felt like it was a callback to the Sacramento game, which I think was, I don't know, what was that, the second or third game of the season, where we were down double digits in the end of the third, and Dalton hits a 3 to get us going, and Bron kind of takes over, and we haven't had many of those games because frankly we've had the lead a lot lately, and I think it's a good reminder for our group going forward that we can win games like this where we're not at our best offensively, where we get off to a slow start defensively, that we have enough toughness and grit to get these games.
Were huge down the stretch when he got that loose ball that ended up in Gabe's hands for a 3, which was gigantic. By committee for sure, but let's focus on Luka a little bit, guys. When you look, and we just showed this graphic a moment ago, when you look at Luka and LeBron, we talked so much about their chemistry and what it's done for LeBron James and just his ability to play off ball. We watched his catch and shoot 3s tonight with Luka with dropping dimes. They combined for 63 points, 19 rebounds, and 20 assists, and that just seems to be the ongoing theme. Big Game, you talked about Luka, just his ability to start the game and get the crowd engaged, and the way he handled the beginning of that overtime when the Lakers had new life with the step-back fall away on Cat and then getting the ball in that left wing and hitting a 3, 5 straight points, the emotion that he shows, and then LeBron finishing with the rebounding and then the free throws. It's just awesome to see these two together.
Yeah, I mean, Luka started out, not hot hitting shots. He was a little off, only 9 of 23 tonight, but that usually would shake players up, if you're not hitting your shots at the beginning, things are struggling a little bit, not getting the calls you want. But he never gives up, man. In that overtime, he just, hit some big shots, some big tough shots over Towns, too. They tried to put a size on him.
Yeah.
He also continued to get into the paint and, distribute from there. It was a grind, but his ability to be in the moment, most guys not having a good shooting night, they might try to pass or get to the free throw line or get a layup. Not this guy. He's relentlessly looking for the big moments, and in that overtime, he started something and finished.
Listen, we've seen it at Crypto.com Arena when he wore a Mavs uniform with a step-back 3. We've seen it against Rudy Gobert last year in the Western Conference Finals when he hits that deep rainbow 3 on the step-back. Tonight, he had that opportunity against Cat on that left wing where he loves to hit that shot, and there was nothing but net. Allie, these guys back-to-back games over 30 as well, and the efficiency with which they're doing it is also really impressive.
Again, I go back to what we were talking about in the pregame. It's actually very impressive to me of how well they've been able to make this transition to play alongside one another very seamless. It's as if they don't even think about it. And I think, obviously, LeBron has seen and been a part of so many things here throughout his 22-year career. And you hear him when he says he's a guy that's very adaptable. He's also played alongside attack guards throughout his career. Obviously, Kyrie Irving, guys like Dwayne Wade. Having said that, the other point that I think should be made about Luka Doncic is he's 26 years old. He's done exactly what he's done. We all know him as a generational talent. But to walk into this franchise and be told that we need the ball in your hands and not look back, not look over his shoulder, not second-guess his moves, not second-guess his decision-making, continuing to shoot the high-volume threes and not think twice about it, understanding the way in which he can impact if the shot isn't falling. I mean, that right there is just a 1-2 punch that more times than not really seems unstoppable. And I think that they've just done it, and they've been able to get to it at such a high level and such a quick pace. You look at the most 10 games here from Luka Doncic. They were just telling me in my ear that we were going to look at this, 5th most in NBA history. He just turned 26.
Literally the other day.
I can't believe that we actually get to sit here and talk.
I mean, they even said it on the
him.
broadcast. They were talking about it, Candace, like, can't believe Luka's a Laker. I mean, we've said it a bunch of times.
How many
I don't know
times
how
did they say it on
times
the broadcast?
your friends have said it. Yeah, I mean, it's
true.
been super fun. I want to give, before we get to the highlights, I want to give the bench some love. 32-14. Dalton Connect, you forget that he gave some great minutes because he wasn't playing down the stretch there, but he got some great minutes in there, 22, where he had 11 points, hit 3 threes, and then Gabe as well with the 12. Even Vando playing, I know it's only 17 minutes, but 5 rebounds and tough defense, and then Jemison was 7, right? So they're finding ways, different ways, to stay in the game, James, when they were 4 for 25 from 3, and they were